Hello there, this is Mitch Cantele in beautiful Northwest Arkansas, USA. And on behalf of myself or your friend, I just want to welcome you to taking a look at this information. That's just our main goal, is just to have you take a look at the information. You're seeing this literally before everybody else. If you're in certain countries, I guarantee you, nobody knows what we're doing. Very, very few people do. And you are literally one of the very, very first. So if you like the information here, be sure to like and subscribe, push the button down below, share this video with your friends to show them what's going on, and let them know what's coming. Let them give you their commitment that they're going to join you, and let's have some fun and make some money. It's going to be amazing. Without further ado, I want to go ahead and turn this over to my friend JD, and he's going to go over things with you, and we have some special guests as well. There you go.
Welcome to the guest. Everybody, I always try to think of something unique that I can say, because I've hosted enough of these calls over the last 9.5 months since we went live with MPG Extreme August 1st. And I probably do it more for me than all of you, just because, you just do the same thing. It kind of gets old after a while. But I'm sitting here thinking today, reflecting, and it was roughly 10 months ago when I got a call, actually ended up on a phone call with two of our speakers tonight, Andrew and Nancy Burling, and they asked me how things were going. And they weren't talking about my health. They weren't talking about my job. They weren't talking about the family. They were talking about business in general. How were things going? And I'll be frank with all of you, my answer was, well, I'm certainly open to new ideas. I'm not making all the money I can spend in this post-COVID economy. And that was my story. It may not be your story. You might be crushing it. If you are, I'm probably going to wonder why you're here. But I think for the masses, just based upon all the polling that is out there in the news media, that probably somewhere between 70 and 85% of people in America, because that's where we're doing this tonight's call, they are looking. They've got this unsettled feeling deep within, and it's because of all the craziness. And I certainly don't want to talk about the past, because that pandemic thing is over. The actual pandemic is over. But what's funny, to prove a point, is people have said to me, Jim, why do you keep referencing it? It's because of the boomerang effect. Some of you may not realize, we actually, as a country, just lifted the ban for Canadians and other people to come to our country and not have to be vaxxed if they fly in. Now, some of you may not have known that, but when you think that, hey, this is old news, it's really not. And because of all of the craziness, it has deeply impacted pretty much everybody we know, minus the select few. And so I get back to this call I'm on with Andrew and Nancy. We start just off the cuff, talking about possibility thinking, and they shared a vision with me. And it started with, who do you know that uses gas? And I laughed. And it's funny, because today I managed to squeeze in about 4 hours of lawn work with some small engines. I think I started 3 different engines here. And it's funny, because no matter what we do, we're constantly touching machinery that uses fuel, gas or diesel. I don't care if it's vehicles, big trucks, small engines, motorcycles, whatever. We've got something in the works for you. And so when they asked me, who do you know that uses gas, I said, really? And they went on to ask me, well, let me ask you this. Out of all the money you think people spend on fuel, what if there was a way for them to cut the cost? Or what if there was a way for them to get more out of that purchase? I said, if you could do that, that'd be a home run. Now, what's interesting is, if I fast forward, our company has rapidly become something much bigger. But here's the point I want to wrap in a little bow. Because of that phone call, and I hope this phone call is your phone call, if you're here as a guest. Or if you're here and you're new, I hope this phone call is your phone call. The one that I had last summer is Andrew and Nancy literally told me, they said, look, we've crushed it with this product before, and it's been sitting on the shelves for 15 years, not marketed in this industry, And we got a whole lot more than that we're going to bring to the table over time. And they're going to talk to you a little bit about that tonight. But what I want to ask is, in 2023, what event or what decision have you been able to make, or what exposure have you had thus far this year that could change your financial future? See, that's the crazy thing about this call tonight. This call you might be here because somebody twisted your arm, but it was a call like this that literally changed myself, my wife of 35 years, changed our life. No bull. It changed our life financially. You might say, oh, come on, Jim, you can't do that in 9 months. Want to bet? Now, legally, I can't sit and tell you how it's changed my life financially because that would be considered enticement. So I literally can't do that. It's pretty crazy, I know. We can talk about a business, but can't tell you, what I really want to tell you. So I'm going to leave it at this. It's been a game changer for our household. Why? Because of gas. That simple. Now, you can fight it all you want as they talk to you about this program, but I'm telling you it's a game changer on many levels and many fronts. So just listen to our speakers. They're going to navigate their way through about 30,000 feet in the air. This is only designed to give you an overview, and then you're going to get back with whoever invited you here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to literally the one guy I talk to probably the most often, and that's Andrew Burling, because this is him and Nancy's brainchild. They thought of this, and we're able to bring it to marketplace with some help, and Andrew's going to talk about that. But, Andrew, I want you to jump in here and tell the folks on the call here just everything we got going on at MPG Extreme, and the call's yours, buddy.
All right, thank you, JD. I appreciate that. I'd love to be your guide we'll take it up to about 50,000 feet here tonight. And I get the really fun part of the presentation, and I get to talk about the company. I get to talk about our products, a little bit on the timing. I'm going to flip it to Michael Renz. He's going to flip it over to my wife, Nancy. She's going to bring on some exciting testimonials from some people that have had success with our company and products. But I want to make a big announcement here tonight, so hopefully you have time to grab your pen and paper, because this Thursday coming up here, I want to say Thursday is the 18th, we are going to do a CEO Zoom presentation at 11 a.m. for international news and updates. That's right. We're in 10 markets. We're going to be running down the list on Thursday at 11 a.m. Central. You can access that Zoom by going to mpgextreme.live. So mpgextreme.live, and you'll see a flyer hit your inbox and your email, and it'll be circulated on social media. Circulate that around. It's going to be big. But everything Jim is talking about for us as a company, we just had a few very simple ideas. Nancy and I have had success with the product Jim is talking about in the past. He's talking about our MPG Extreme Premium X Cap. It's a little half-gram cap. You put it in your tank, it dissolves. It's what's called the catalyst. It helps people reduce toxic emissions coming out of the tailpipe. It'll boost your octane, so if you're paying for premium fuel, you can drop down to the cheap unleaded stuff. It'll give you enough of an octane boost where you don't have to buy even mid-grade. This is a product that'll improve your power and performance. It'll inhibit carbon deposits. It'll keep your injectors clean. It's going to give you more power. But the number one reason people are buying our X-Caps is because it helps improve and optimize fuel economy. And that's really what people are looking for today, is they're looking for a way to go the extra mile. Why? Because in the U.S., gas is $3.53 a gallon. It's $4 for diesel. So we came out with this product, started selling it August 1st. 90 days later, not even, we introduced during pre-launch our second product, which is our X-Cap Crumb product, or what's called our Trucker's product, designed for high-volume fuel usage. Our premium X-Caps, they come in packs of 5. It's called the 5-tank trial because we tell people it takes about 5 tanks to condition your engine to where you'll start seeing a result. Some people it goes faster, but we sell them in a 5-pack for $20 at retail. That's the price of a pizza. and that'll treat up to 100 gallons of gas or diesel fuel. So if you're on the phone and you say, wow, it would be lights out if that idea worked, Andrew, yeah, well, you can actually try our product for $20, and you can find out. Buy it right from your distributor, or you can go online and buy it. We have a preferred customer program, a retail program, and our product, as we like to say, is highly retailable. We make a lot of retail sales, but here's what I can tell you about our caps. There's a 35-year track record behind them. Nancy and I, we sold hundreds of millions of dollars worth of these caps. This is not a new concept or a new idea. There's a 35-year track record here with test data, documented studies. Our product's EPA registered. And as a matter of fact, we carry a full insurance policy on every vehicle that uses our product. That includes trucks. And that's a global insurance policy, a $1 million policy through Lloyd's of London. That policy's been around for years. But here's the good news. The price of fuel around the world, it's 2 times, some instances, 3 times higher than what it is here in the United States. So we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know if it's going to go up or down here in the U.S., but Canada's paying $4.93 today for gas, cheap gas. They're paying $4.35 for diesel. California is $4.79 for gas, $5.14 for diesel fuel. That's just crazy. A lot of taxes involved and other stuff. But you go overseas and you look at Norway, the country, paying $7.95 for a gallon of cheap unleaded, $6.77 a gallon for diesel. And then my last example is Denmark, $7.92 for gasoline, almost $8 a gallon. They're paying $6.69 a gallon for diesel fuel. I'm here to tell you the demand for this product around the world, it's not knocking at the door, it's kicking our door down. We've got 10 countries open right now, and every single one of them asks the same question. When can we get this? When can we get that? When can we do this? When can we do that? It's a frenzy, guys, and it's a big, big world out there, and they're all facing the same problems that Jim talked about during his opening statement. So here's what I can tell you. We are simple. We are fun. We're involved with X-Caps and crumbs. We have a travel product. We have a coffee product. We're in all 10 of those countries with our travel products, and it's driven by artificial intelligence. It gets you the best price on travel every time, hands down. We got people saving big money on airfare. Yeah, they said you could save money on airfare, even domestic airfare. We got people saving big money on rental cars, big money being saved on hotel stays and packages and group travel. Tune into one of our travel Zooms if you want more information about it. Right now, you can actually try that product for free. We have a weight management coffee drink that I personally lost over 50 pounds since drinking on the 1st of February when I started, and the testimonials are pouring in behind it. And then, yeah, we have products that help people save money at the pump. So we have products that are what I call non-opinion products. I don't have to talk people into traveling. I don't have to talk people into drinking coffee. I just have to talk them into switching brands of coffee. And I don't have to talk people into driving. I don't have to talk to people into putting gas or diesel in their tank. I just got to talk to them about making a switch and helping them save some money. So we're very simple. It's a lot of fun. Our products are affordable. You're going to find that out. And we have a high potential here, but there's no guarantees of income. No guarantees of income, no guarantees in life, just like Jim talked about. But we're low risk. Low risk meaning we're backed by a company that for over 20 years has been answering the phones Monday through Friday. They've been sticking labels on boxes and shipping them all over the world, and they've been paying commission checks on time and accurately, not only for 10 months here with MPG Extreme, but for the last 20 years, and that's because of our founder and CEO, Randy Tyner, our good friends, and his wife, Kathy. They're the backbone behind this company, taking the risk factor out of it, so all we have to do is go out there and build, and we don't have to have a gigantic headache like you have in a lot of companies. And number 5, again, for everybody listening in, market and magic marker, Our products are highly retailable, meaning we have people that have zero experience in direct sales that can go out there and market X caps and make a product. They can sell weight management coffee and make a product, or go out there and talk to people about saving on a booking engine with artificial intelligence, and they can make money on the single level without recruiting anybody at all. That to me is amazing, because most of the time I just see products sitting on the shelf that are either Me Too items or items that are what I call luxury items in a post-COVID economy that really nobody wants. What Jim didn't tell you at the beginning of the call is that I read it over the weekend, United States household consumer spending for the first time in 2 years is down. But I'm here to bring you good news. The good news is that decisions are being made right now with our company, MPG Extreme, because we're young, we're new, we're fresh. We got a corporate event coming up called The Catalyst in about 30 days in Colorado Springs. Get your tickets now. There's about 70 left. But people are having fun with MPG Extreme, and they're making money building a business all over the planet, doing it right from home. And my next guest is somebody who's doing just that. He's a double diamond with the company. His name's Michael Renz. I've known him for decades, and he's making money, and he's having fun, and I know he's on the line. So, Michael, tell us a little bit about your business and the caps, and tell us what's going on in your world, and then I'll flip it over to Nancy. So, Michael, the call's yours.
All right. Well, welcome, everybody. Really excited to be on the call here today. I'll just tell you, I got a call like this back in 2008. I was a district sales manager for Coca-Cola. I understand distribution networks. I had nothing to do with this industry. I had no idea. I'm a rock and roll guitar player, corporate type guy, and I love fishing, just like having fun. And when I got involved with this and I seen my sponsors were making more in 2.5 weeks than I made all year, the light bulb came on. And back then, our gas was different than it is today, and it took 3 to 5 tanks for it to work because the carbon was stronger, the dirt and the stuff that's inside your motor and the emissions going out. And when I found out we were relaunching this company and I got to be a part of it, just like Jim said, we're wild excited. It's a life-changing situation for me and my family, and most of all, the people involved that are with us, right? We have hope, they have hope, they got belief. I was wild out of my mind because when I started testing this product again, it worked way quicker than it's ever worked. And the only thing I can put on it is that the carbon breaks down quicker because our gas is extremely weak. Our gas has corn in it, and God knows what else they put in that fuel. And so all this is doing is like if you polish your car and got a good finish on it, when you rinse your car, there's no water on it. If your vehicle's not taken care of, there's a bunch of water. That's your on-burn gas going out your tailpipe. And as it's going through the motor, it's cleaning from your gas tank moisture to your fuel lines, right in through your motor, through the injectors or carburetor, whatever system you have on your car. It's cleaning that carbon out where the piston meets the valves, the exhaust valve and intake valve, where it's normally corroded, and that on-burn gas is going out your tailpipe, and this is making a complete burn, putting a slight little polish in there so when metal meets metal, it reacts quicker, burns efficiently, and burns less gas. And as people are using this, it's just an absolute, the stories are so much that we've had to tell our team, we already know, don't call us on these stories. The stories are off the charts. The semi guys, the race guys, the car guys. Now, I'm a car guy and I build hot rods. I'm not running this worried about the fuel in my hot rods. I'm running this because I want my vehicle as clean inside as I detail the outside. And so with all that just being said, I just say this, that what we do here is create distribution networks, and when you take a position in the business, some people are going to buy it, use it, you can retail it, it's a huge retail product, but as you build an organization of people, all you really do here is create time leverage. So example, you got 20 people in your team or 200 people in your team. If 10 of them people work 10 hours a week, you just inherited 100 hours of leverage that you may not have in life, which can create a residual income, passive income for you. It is hard work, but the end result is here. This company is going to explode, and whoever invited you, you're hearing about it first. So with that being said, Triple Diamond Nancy Burling, I appreciate all you and Andrew do. Jim, great intro. I'm going to hand it off to Nancy Burling. Take it away.
Well, thanks so much, Michael. Appreciate that. I want to welcome everybody to tonight's call. This call is for you if you're a guest And I get to talk about how you can make money by sharing this amazing, highly retailable product. As my husband always says, it's the one product where literally if you use it, you're putting money back in your pocket. And that is so, so true. It is a win-win all the way around. And so to get started in MPG Extreme, it's very simple. It's $29.95. That's an annual fee. That sets you up with your replicated website, your managing back office, and real-time tracking, real-time reporting. Our commission pay period runs weekly. Our pay period goes from Friday to Thursday the following week, and then those commissions are paid out the following Friday. And so it's a very quick turnaround. You touch money here if you go to work here very quickly. Now, as Andrew said, there's no guarantees of income. There's no guarantees in life. If you do nothing, you'll make nothing. But here's what's crazy is the opposite is true, because if you go to work, you have unlimited earning potential based on your own individual efforts. And so here's a couple different product package offerings that we have. Now, we have some packages. You're going to hear us talk about the Silver 60 packs, okay, where you can get started here with just our fuel caps, 25 tank trials. Your cost is $10. It's $199.95 here in the States. And that gives you the ability to, suggested retail is $20, and it puts you at the silver level. Now, our best value, and we recommend I call it the everything pack. Some of our leaders call it the trifecta, because what you basically get is you get for $299.95, it's our gold 90 package. It sets you up as a gold, and it allows you to be able to get 15 of our MPG X caps. It also gives you 2 bags of our brand new weight management coffee, which, by the way, is off the charts, the results people are getting. And then it also gives you a month subscription of our travel, and that sets you up as a gold. So here's how it works is we have fast start bonuses. Every time you make a sale, and there's no limit to how many sales, it's based on your own efforts, but you can earn anywhere from $40 to $60 in fast start bonuses, and actually even $80. We also have team commissions. So this works based on the power of 2. And here at MPG Extreme, you want to develop 2 sales teams. So you've got a left team and a right team. And what happens is you want to make 2 sales, one left, one right. And once you've done that, you've now qualified or activated your business. And every time you have 100 commissionable volume. So what is that? That is sales volume of any product that moves through the network. So the beauty of this is with the left and right team, you can make as many sales as you want, but you're building them within those 2 teams. And so the computer doesn't care where those sales come from. It looks in depth to infinity. And every time there's 100 points left and right, that generates a $20 cycle bonus. Now, that might not sound like much, but let me just tell you, as you begin building a team and organization, what begins happening with the sales is they add up, and you have an earning potential here as you climb in rank of up to $30,000 per week. Yes, I did say $30,000 a week. And we also have executive check match. I'm not going to go into detail. I will just tell you that you have the ability, as you help people within your team and your organization, and they begin earning money. So for an example here, let's say you sponsored Jim Denzine, and Jim earned $1,000 this week because you enrolled him, okay? In addition to everything else I've mentioned, you will earn a 20% check match, which in this example would be 20% as a first level silver. So you would earn an additional $200. Now, let's say Jim turned around and he sponsored Andrew Burling, and Andrew earns, let's say, $3,000, okay, because Jim enrolled Andrew, and that's first level. He's going to get 20%, so that's $600. And you, because you are a gold, you would not only earn the 20% on Jim in this example, but also the 20% on Andrew. And so that's just levels, but this pays through 7 levels of check match as you climb and advance in rank. So It's very, very exciting. But what I'd like to do is I've got a couple people here I want to highlight on this call that are making it happen, that have had results on the product, that are also building a business. I'm going to head on over to Florida, where we have a very good friend of ours that they just hit the rank of Emerald, and they are doing an amazing job here on their way to Diamond. So without further ado, we've got Jason and Shannon Meisner tonight. We have the privilege of having Jason with us. So Jason, if you've made the call here, please tell us the type of results you're getting and why you're excited about MPG.
I'd be glad to. Thanks for having me on, Nancy, and good evening, everybody. Like Nancy said, I'm Jason Meisner, and I'm in Cape Coral, Florida. And rewind to last year, sometime in the early summer, I got a call similar to what Jim had, and except my call was with my buddy Kurt and Mike Renz, who you just heard from. And I heard about what they were trying to do and the product they had, and I had a little bit of knowledge of the product history too, so I got pretty excited. But I was even more excited to try it, probably like you guys are too. And I got my product sample from Nancy, and I got right to it the next day. So we have a 2014 Kia Optima, just a base model, 2.4 liter direct injection. And that's the car we drive the most, so that's the car we wanted to test. And I wanted to make sure that the test was fair. I didn't want to just drive around and guess if I was getting results. And I knew it was a 5-tank trial. But again, I figured if I did it right and I tested it and I did everything really similar and controlled the environment and everything, I figured I could get it right away, and I did. So the next morning I got up, I did it nice and early in the morning. Florida mornings are nice and calm in the summer, and I went to our local 7-Eleven here in Burnt Store Road, Southwest Florida here, and headed up to Sarasota after filling up, and drove back. And it's about a 2-hour round trip drive. And I got back to the same gas station, everything, and just documented everything. And I got 39.6 miles per gallon, which is crazy. I mean, we've never gotten that reading before. Cars rated for 34. So I really was, kind of worried I might not get the results I was hoping for, because it was literally the best reading we ever had in the car. So next morning, got up, did the same thing, except this time I put an X cap in, topped it off, did the same trip, and it was the same as the day before, you guys. I set my cruise control for 7 over. I tried to stay in the right lane as much as possible. Conditions were the same temperature, no wind, no rain. And I got back to the gas station and I got 40.6. So I was like, geez, first quarter tank, we got it results. So I got really excited at that point. Now, since then, we've gone on our third tank. We were averaging 34 miles per gallon for the tank, which is, again, that's what the highway rating was for the car from the factory. So obviously, we're very pleased with that. Our fifth tab, my wife and I went up to Cape Canaveral to watch a rocket launch. I decided to kind of do something similar, just set the cruise control, set it for 7 over, just take it easy, just have a good drive. And we made it all the way from Cape Coral, Florida to Cape Canaveral, which is a little over 4 hours of a drive, and made it back to Okeechobee, Florida, which is another 2 hours on our way back, and pulled over for gas, just decided, because we didn't know where all the gas stations are in Central Florida. I just saw the light come on, thought we'd pull over, and we averaged 37 miles for the tank per gallon, and we would have got, if we'd have kept going, we would have got well over 600 miles for that tank, which is easily over 100 miles extra than what we had ever gotten. So we knew we had a home run, literally the first quarter tank, but it's just been a home run ever since too. And added to that, you guys, I'm also down 7 pounds on the coffee. So back to you, Nancy.
Well, thanks so much, Jason. Appreciate that. And huge congratulations, and just thank you for all that you do. Next, we're going to head on down to the great state of Texas, where we have a young couple on the call here that just hit the rank of diamond here recently. They're building a tremendous team. They love the products. I know they love the project. And so I'd like to turn the time right now over to Bob and Peggy Adams. Did you guys make the call?
We did. Can you hear us, Nancy?
I sure can.
All right. Well, thank you for the emphasis on the young. We will take that. And our story is like many others. We got introduced to this by a friend early in August. And I dare say that most people who are involved with MPG, or maybe even on this call tonight, are there because of friends. It's really relationship marketing in a lot of ways, sharing good news with other people. Anyway, our friend talked about the technology and the opportunity. And knowing that, from what I understand, 70% of people are looking for a side gig or an extra source of income, we did want to take a look at it. But first on the technology, it made sense. I began to use the X-Caps. Now, we don't drive a lot. We're retired. We only have 2 miles to go to the grocery store, so a tank of gas can do me a couple weeks. So some people are seeing the results in the first tank. We didn't. It's a 5-tank trial on purpose, and it took us 5 or 6 tabs to see that change. And so that's an important message, I think, is to be persistent, to be patient, and give it time. And so in my 2017 Camry XE, it's gone from 22.1 at the time to 27.28 or over 30 on the highway. So, you know, I'm getting an extra 80 miles for a tank of gas. So very, very happy on that one. So that was the first message. The second one was on the timing. You know, some people want to wait. We hear this, I want to see if it works for me first before I tell others about it. And I can understand that, but we chose to believe other people's stories. We chose to believe the research and the testimonials. And, you know, if we had waited 2 or 3 months while we proved this on our own car, we wouldn't be in this place where we are. Because by 3 months, the end of October, we were starting to see some real nice results business-wise. And one of the benefits, I'm going to turn this over to my wife Peggy here in a second, is we get to work together. And we each bring our own skill set to the table, and Peggy is going to tell us a bit about where she comes from on this and why she's having so much fun.
Yes, Bob and I worked together for the first time on something that we've ever done in our marriage, and most of the time we still are friends. My role has been to monitor our team, our ISRs and leaders who develop under us. I have spent a lot of time monitoring our downline, keeping track of growth and noticing who the upcoming movers and shakers are. And sometimes I give advice on what I think should happen. I celebrate successes and inform people about new growth to keep people excited and in the game. I encourage people to go bronze soon so that they understand what a paycheck looks like. I encourage people to get on Reset and Win, to learn the back office and get on calls. And when they get success, and I encourage them to become the leaders of their team. I love making new friends, and I now have them from coast to coast.
There you are, Nancy. That's our story.
Well, thanks so much, Bob. Appreciate that, and just want to say congratulations to both you and Peggy. We just love you guys, and you were just such an absolute inspiration. And if you are a guest on this call here tonight, what we typically do and we ask is this. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I'm excited, you're ready to get started, you see it, light bulb went on, and 1 being nothing, you're not interested, it's not for you. If you would rate on a scale of, let's say, 7 to 10, what I encourage you to do right now is text that number to your inviter right now. Let them know that you're excited and you're ready to look at options here to get started. If you would rate your excitement level on more of a 6 or less, what I encourage you to do is try the product. Become a customer. Try it. Experience it for yourself, because seeing is believing. And I will tell you that we have thousands of very satisfied customers here all across the globe, and we are just getting started here. And I also want to just one last thing here before we wrap up officially. I do want to mention again, we do have a global announcement call here happening Thursday, at 11 a.m. Central Standard. I know for some of you U.S. people, you're saying, why such a weird time? Well, we're a global business, and we have to try to cater to all the different time zones as best we can. And so you can check that out by going to that link here that Andrew had mentioned, which was, I'm just going to read it off here so I don't, mpgextreme.live. mpgextreme.live is how you can tune into that. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that. And also our next call will be taking place here tomorrow night. We will have the Click It and Book It Now. If you want to learn about our travel, it is very product focused. It's a great opportunity to be able to see what that's all about. So with that said, welcome aboard. Welcome to the team. Thank you for everybody who shared. It was just a great number of amazing stories and testimonials. And this concludes tonight's call. And we will hear everybody tomorrow night. Bye for now, guys.